Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. And today I'm going to do a very highly anticipated video. I've been meaning to do this video for like a year. So I decided I'm going to do this because when I do this and get into it, a lot of you are going to say, you know what? I thought the same thing, and I thought I was the only one that was thinking this way. And what I mean is, and the title of this video is going to be called Out of Touch with Your Customers, because the majority of the drum machines, and I'm going to talk about sound modules too, they have these demos in them. They kind of demo them. And I'm saying to myself, and many companies are guilty of this, mainly Roland and Alesis. They're notorious for this. That you're listening to the demos and they give you a category, a genre of music that they're playing in style. And like, let's just take, for instance, the Alesis SR18. I'm listening to the demos, and the majority of them are rock demos. Now, when was the last time, or even the first time, that you've heard a rock band use a drum machine? So why is there a need to do a demoing rock music, when rock music do not use drum machines? Now, I'm not talking about techno bands. I'm talking about hardcore rock bands like, Van Halen, Zeppelin, things, hard rock bands, hardcore, Motley Crue, AC/DC, So I find it interesting. They even had some demos of country and western songs in the drum machine demo. I'm like, when was the last time these styles of music ever even used drum machines? That's just how, unfortunately, a lot of companies are so out of touch with their customers. It wasn't until EMU came out with Planet Fat, and Zoom came out with the Street Box, and Akai came out with the XR-20, that they said, we get it. Let's go get some guys that play in this style of music, hip hop, rap, R&B, techno, and let these guys do the demos. Finally the light bulb have went off in these corporate people's heads to realize they need to go get the people that are specialized in doing this kind of music to highlight or showcase what the drum machine can do. Because I'm imagining, a bunch of educated white folks are sitting at a corporate boardroom meeting, and they talking about how they're going to promote their product for customers that are kind of in rural areas, or should I say urban areas, and techno. Instead of going out and getting a guy from the streets that can hook up some nice beats and say, whoa, when the customers listen to us, say, this is the kind of music I'm trying to do. And instead they go get these Juilliard's, Berkeley music graduates with degrees to put together these songs, because I'm listening at the modules, and a lot of modules got a bunch of jazz fusion demos. I'm like, jazz guys don't use this stuff. So why are there demos showcasing this style of music that's not even used for this type of a device? So it's just interesting how out of touch some of these companies are, that they put out a product and the demo to highlight or showcase the product doesn't reflect the audience and the customers that pay for the product. Because like I said, just finally, EMU and Zoom and a couple of other now, these companies, they're getting guys to specialize in techno, R&B, hip hop, and they're putting together some really fantastic demos for these products. But I just find it interesting that, I get a module that's a couple of years old, and the majority of the demos are jazz fusion or rock. Like I said, even country and western. And these styles of music don't even use these types of products. So I just want to do this video because it's been kind of waiting on me for years. I mean, I've kind of discovered that at least 15 years ago. When I'm listening to these drum programs, I'm like, why is there 15 demo patterns of a rock grooves when rock guys don't use drum machines? And then the representation, and I'm just going to specify on the Alesis H or SR18, the representation for the hip hop patterns felt terribly. I'm like, this ain't hip hop. This is just something that somebody put together and assumed it to be close to being hip. But it's just interesting that you have to bring in some people that will help showcase your product, and as far as directing it towards the people that are using your product and the style that they use it in. So I'm finally glad to see that there's some guys that say, hey, we know nothing about hooking up demos for these units, so let's go get some guys that know how to do it and do it well. And still, let's go get some guys got a couple of degrees from Berkeley. They're expert in theory and composition, but when it comes to down and dirty street grooves, they know nothing. A company that I especially want to kind of give, I guess, acknowledge to is Akai. And the drum machine, the Akai XR-20, they got it right. I mean, they got about maybe 70 presets in there, and I would say every single preset is the type of preset that reflects the type of style of music that you would use using this drum machine. They don't have any rock presets. They don't have any other presets that the style of music do not use this type of device. So I praise Akai because they got it right. They went and got some guys, and those guys specialize in hip hop groups